And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to, we have FC Cincinnati versus Columbus Crew MLS Cup Playoffs 2025 Eastern Conference Quarterfinals, Game 3, a 1-1 series tie. Cincinnati won Game 1 in Cincy. Columbus beat Cincinnati's ass at Columbus to keep this series alive. It's a 1-1 series tie. The winner goes on to the next round to play Miami or Nashville. Yep. Cincinnati does, they'll host Miami. Columbus does, or Nashville. No, Columbus couldn't host anybody if they wanted to. Either way, FC Cincinnati contra Columbus Crew, MLS Cup Playoffs 2025. MLS Cup Playoffs, Conferencia Cortos de Final, Partido 3, Serie Empate 1-1. Cincinnati ganador Partido 1, Columbus ganador Partido 2. Ganador esta noche avanzar de la Conferencia Semifinales contra Miami o Nashville, which we'll find out who wins that, of course, later tonight. We'll review that game as well. But that'll be interesting, per se. Starting 11s will be shown soon. And 10 minutes to go in the Minnesota game, and they lead by a goal while being down a man, which is crazy. Okay. We'll get ready to go on the other end. Here we go. Columbus, Cincinnati contra Columbus. Game 3, Cincinnati versus Columbus. We'll get going. Minnesota, Seattle, we'll keep an eye on the score line, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't keep an eye on the match while watching it. But I'm surprised, really. I'm really surprised. I thought Seattle, it's funny. I say Seattle has the potential or the experience, and then on an Instagram story, I jinxed them. I jinxed Seattle because here comes Minnesota on the way back. Ain't that funny? With that being said, and it's funny because Minnesota's down a man too. Seattle should have seen this damn thing out, but they couldn't do it. They get what they deserve, honestly. Experience what? I may actually be a jinx. Either way, let's move this to the other game, the one we actually care about, Cincinnati and Columbus. And the Messi jersey's ready to go down here when we're ready to go and put it on. We will begin. Cincinnati versus Columbus. Starting 11s are as follows. We have Roman Celentano in goal for Cincinnati. Teenage Hidebi, Miles Robinson, Haglund, the back three. The midfield 5, Lucas Engel, Samuel Gidi, Evander, Pavel Bucha, Ender Echenique. And the midfield or the front 2 of Kevin Denke and Brenner. For Columbus Crew, we have Patrick Schulte, the back 4 of Marcelo Herrera, Steven Moreira, Malte Amundsen, Max Arfston. The midfield 4, Sean Zawadski, Dylan Chambos, Darlington Nagby, which this could be his last match of his career if they lose. and Taha Habrun, and up top, Diego Rossi and Hugo Picard. O jogo ao vivo de Apple TV. Mi canal es ao vivo Watchalong. Reaction. Mm-hmm. I tried. Either way, we'll get ready to go. Still 3-2 Minnesota. My first wrong pick of the playoffs, if this ends up ending that way, would be Minnesota over the Sounders. We don't like that, but it is what it is. We'll get going soon to be. We'll get going soon. Should have a fun time here. First of two matches we're live for. And speaking of Brazil, I will not be live for the Brazilian Grand Prix tomorrow because ESPN is still having a hissy fit with YouTube TV. So I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. I don't even know where to stream it, but being live for the Grand Prix will not happen because I am not going to stream it from a third-party website and be behind. So tomorrow it's just Portland versus San Diego. I might still watch the Grand Prix, and if I do, I might still review it. Probably not, but we'll see. Apple TV only, yep. Celentano in goal. And Debbie Robinson Hagland. Engel, Guidi, Bucha, Echenique. And the front are Evander the 10. And then the front two, Brenner and Kevin Denke. How we doing, Mr. How we doing? We have Patrick Schulte in goal. Multi Amundsen, Sean Zawatsky, Steven Moreira. Arston, Nagby, Shambost, Herrera. Must-win game for both. I say Cincinnati still wins, but Habrun, Picard. And up top, Diego Rossi. That's the starting 11 for Columbus. They're at home. Yeah, I got Cincinnati beating Columbus at home. If Miami loses to Nashville, they're a disgrace. I agree. Yeah, I could agree with that as well, but either way. We'll get going. We'll get going soon to start this game. 3-3 Seattle, by the way. They have equalized. Thank the Lord. Seattle have equalized before stoppage time. We're going to have to pull up the penalty shootout here, aren't we? A goal. Christian rolled on. Andrew Thomas is in for penalties. Jordan Morris has scored the goal for Seattle Sounders. Teams are walking out for the Cruz Cincinnati match. Has not started yet. Going to penalties is Seattle. Going to penalties. They're making subs. Georgie on. Andrew Thomas is on for that game. I wish there was multi-view right now, but Apple TV does not have that on Fire Stick. Whether that be we'll see. The score, it has not started yet. There is no score. It's 0-0. It has not started yet. There cannot be a score if it has not started yet. Well, I guess 0-0, but series tied 1-1. Winner moves on to the next round. Game has not started yet. 0-0. Vargas has been called up to the Mexican national team. Good to hear. 90 minutes. Jordan Morris scored. '25 World Series record ratings. The World Baseball Classic will be the same. I would hope so. Maybe I'll do some World Baseball Classic midfield reviews, live streams. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some World Baseball Classic streams for multiple teams, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Canada, we'll see if I could do some. Italy, Japan. Like we'll see. We'll see what I could do. One of the engines of Seattle midfield. 93 minutes. Seattle might still advance on penalties. We got the first half of this match. Am I crazy to think the Spain jersey for the World Cup kind of looks like a Real Salt Lake jersey that they've already been using? Who do you think's going to win today? America versus Toluca. I'm going to say Toluca. Toluca wins the match. Toluca wins. Toluca. Toluca are at home. Apple TV. Apple TV transmitir. Apple TV transmitir o jogo. Toluca are at home. I say Toluca wins. Just a hunch. corner for the Seattle Sounders. They could still score late. Cleared by, oh. Here we go. Win probability for this game. Will be Cincinnati 37.1, the Crew 36.4, and 26.5 for a draw, which means penalties. Here we go. Dane St. Clair with a free kick. Oh, Chris Penso's the referee tonight for this match. Okay. Jeff Gamble, the VAR referee. Let's get this one going. Why does Chelsea always perform better at the second half? I have no idea. They do. Seattle win this. They all deserve a medal. They almost choked. They almost choked. Maybe I do. Maybe I am a jinx. Columbus to kick off. Maybe I am a jinx. And we're off. Columbus kicks off game 3. They kicked Cincinnati's ass up and down the pitch last game to take this to a game 3. The hell is real derby. The winner will advance to the next round and play Miami or Nashville, which they'll find that out 2 hours after their match ends. Do you think Liga MX team will win Champs Cup or MLS team for next year? Toluca, Liga MX. Liga MX wins. Blocked away. Columbus will not be able to host either, no. Yes, Cincinnati would host either. Yep. Cincinnati would host both teams. It's just started, 0-0, 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, 0-0. It just started. I mean, yeah, teams can score at this point, but I'd be very surprised if they did. Let's see. And it's still going. The Seattle game is still going. 2 minutes in. Hell is real derby. 3-3 for Minnesota. Seattle 0-0 here. Amundsen to throw in. If it's tied after 90, we go to penalties. I hope that's, well, I don't know. I would hope that's not the case. Vauxhall with a throw in. I don't know why Apple TV doesn't have a multi-view. They're stupid. I wish. If I do, I get a copyright strike. Can't. It's called a watch-along for a reason. Playing forward. Cleared away by Cincinnati. Are you excited for Chelsea versus Barcelona? No, not really. No, not really. I'm not. Playing forward. Headed away by Cincinnati. Went to full time in Minnesota. Penalties in Minnesota, yes. Seattle shouldn't have choked it, but who cares? Foul. Very, very rough match, but it's a derby. What would you expect? What else would you expect? Yellow card for Amundsen. Playing forward. Over the top. Still with Cincinnati. Oh, what a run. Cross top of the box and nope. Denke with a header. Bucha loses the ball. For some reason, I feel when Club America plays against an MLS team, they struggle way more. Well, it depends on where, per se. Like if they play in the USA, no, they do struggle. If they play in Mexico, no. I think it depends on where they play, but I think that's every team more than just some. Playing forward, 6 minutes. Cincinnati have not conceded at home last 3 playoff matches they've had. Penalties in Minnesota. Yes, Rory. They are. I think commentary would be better for that. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it and mark in the winner. We're going to penalties. Playing forward. Columbus. Rossi flips it on. Cross off the corner. Deflected out by a defender for Cincinnati. Yep, it looks like a derby for sure. There will be 3 teams through in the West after this penalty shootout. All the teams out of the East will have advanced after tonight. And 2 teams will play for one last spot tomorrow night. That being Portland and San Diego. That'll be interesting. Ball crossed in by Columbus. Header cleared away by Cincinnati wearing the blue jerseys with the orange sash. Columbus wearing the yellow and black. Of course, after tomorrow, we're back to single elimination MLS playoff matches. 8 minutes in. That'll be a free kick for Columbus, yes. Columbus get a free kick there. Montreal Alouettes go to the Grey Cup. Foul, free kick. Eight minutes in. And we'll move on, of course, to the Miami game. Be live for that and review that. Playing forward off the wall. Off the ad board. Throw in for Cincinnati. Now, if Seattle or Minnesota win, their game, if Portland were to win over San Diego, they would host Portland next round. If San Diego advances, Seattle or Minnesota would go away to San Diego. Rapids 2 versus Red Bulls 2, MLS Next Pro final. We'll keep an eye on that as well. That starts at 6, I think. We'll keep an eye on that score for you, because you'll ask if Wayne Frederick is playing. You'll ask. So we know that. Guess what? No Wayne start. Yeah, then why the hell did they send him down there? The story, final 3 weeks. Cruz will find out who they're playing in the Intercontinental Cup final. I may just cover that. Joaquin Pereira missed his penalty during the shootout. Minnesota missed. Minnesota missed the penalty. Nil 1 or 0-0. Pereira missed his shootout penalty. Derby of the Americas. Exactly. Thomas pulled his groin. Oh, no. Oh, no. They put him in just for him to get hurt. Oh, no. But it's still 0-1 or 0-0. Could be 0-1 for Seattle. 11 minutes in. That's going to suck. Why does this feel so Rodrigo Schlegel coded? "11 minutes in. It's his left arm. Never mind. Well, you're a goalie. You need your arm, too." Probably. Well, I don't know. When it comes to a penalty shootout, you probably need both. Thomas might have broken his hand. Yeah, that would do it. Damn it. Hate that for him. Now Seattle's just got to score every penalty. From a competitive standpoint, from a human standpoint, damn, man. Andrew Thomas made his playing cross in, kicked away. No goal. Pereira missed it wide. Dragged it wide right. Thomas hurt himself on the attempt to save. 12 minutes in. And they're treating Thomas. Playing forward. Columbus has the ball at the back with their keeper. But it's 0-0 is the good news for the Sounders. Oh, they got Velde. on there for the Timbers. Nice. And Rusnak scores, makes it 0-1. 0-1 for the Sounders. Rusnak scores his penalty. Albert Rusnak makes it 0-1. Scored. 0-0, 0-0 esta noche, Cincinnati Columbus. $14 minutes. Playing forward. Is this live on TV? It's on Apple TV. Triantis scores to make it 1-1 for Minnesota. They're all on Apple TV. That's it. Is it showing the game or just stats? This is a watch along. The game is on Apple TV though. Triantis scores, makes it 1-1, ties the game up. Playing forward. On Apple TV, it's showing the game, yes. Ball crossed in. Here's just a watch along. Jordan Morris must have missed then. And Jordan Morris missed. Jordan Morris missed for the Sounders. 1-1. Morris hits the bar. Okay, so Dane St. Clair making the save. What do you know? Could have seen that one coming. 1-1 each. So there's the opening for Minnesota to keep themselves alive. Is Thomas still playing? Triantis scored for Minnesota. Morris missed, shot blocked away by Columbus, or Cincinnati, I should say. He is, okay. And Gane scored for Minnesota. It's 2-1. 2-1. Cross in, cleared away by Cincinnati. Columbus ain't doing too bad, though. They're taking the fight to Cincinnati, which, frankly, I didn't really expect that. Good penalty, yeah. Playing forward. Oh, Gene. Owen Gene. Owen Gene. Oh, okay. Owen Gene scored the penalty. Yeah, I can't really tell on the screen for either way. 18th, 17th minute. And Jackson Reagan scored the penalty. It's 2-2. Jackson Reagan scores 2-2. How we doing, Mile High? 2-2 for Jackson Reagan. Still a tied shootout. Next save or miss might be very decisive. 5-5-7 away record for Columbus during the season. Still 0-0 over here. Very hard-fought match, but you could say that Columbus is giving the fight to Cincinnati at Cincinnati. Rivalry matches are hard to figure out, though. Miami are just destroying Syracuse, so I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. And Duggan scores his penalty. Duggan scores, it's 3-2. Playing forward. Good steal by Columbus. 3-2. Yeah, I read your comment. Miami are beating Syracuse, destroying them. I'm not surprised. Duggan scores. It's 3-2. Kent is up next for Seattle. Colorado Buffaloes suck. Yeah, they do suck this year, sadly. 19th minute. Mississippi State ain't much better. And Kent scores. It's 3-3. Cross in. Cleared away by Haglund. 3-3 penalty shootout between Minnesota and Seattle. Kent scores. One penalty to be taken by both sides. Will there be a miss or a make or a save? If Minnesota scores, Seattle has to score to send it to Boxall is up. Michael Boxall is up for Minnesota. Free kick for Cincinnati. Playing forward. And Boxall scores, makes it 4-3. Seattle has to score. Seattle has to score to keep going. What a save by Schulte there. How did Indiana barely beat Penn State? They didn't. Well, they had a big lead, then choked, and then in the end, they got the final touchdown. Sometimes the team who isn't supposed to win wins. Well, Indiana was, but if you want to talk about Georgia Tech, sometimes the team who isn't supposed to win wins. Seattle has to score to keep this going. If they don't, they're eliminated. Comes down to this. Seattle has to score to stay alive. Ball crossed in, header, over the bar. Punched away, over the bar, goal kick. Seattle has to score to keep it alive. Boxall scores to make it 4-3. He might have won it. If Seattle misses, he did. And it's scored by Rothrock. It's 4-4. We go to sudden death. 4-4 on penalties between Minnesota and Seattle. We go to sudden death. Here comes Cincinnati. Evander. Evander has the ball, plays it forward, and it's cleared away. 4-4. Rothrock scores. So one penalty each missed in the final, or the first 5. All Seattle had to do was score all 5 in a row, and they could not do that. Their second penalty was a miss, and now it's one after the other. If Minnesota misses, then Seattle just has to score. Minnesota scores, they have to score. If you're Seattle. If you're Minnesota, you hope that you score and they don't. Or if you don't, they don't. And Harvey scores 5-4. 5-4 for Harvey. Carlos Harvey scores 5-4. Mm. 22 minutes in, 0-0. Columbus playing forward. They have the ball. He's offside. Herrera's offside. Yep. Seattle needs to score to stay alive. Over the top. And that's a goal. Georgie scores. 5-5. Rapids win the championship tonight. I still think it's Red Bulls too. I think they were the better team of the two. I mean, they're hosting the final. It's going to be tough, but we'll see. That's why they play the games. Georgie scores. It's 5-5. Back even. We go another round. Denke on the ball. St. Clair got his finger on it. 24th minute, 0-0. Settled. Cincinnati, Columbus. Esta noche. Tied series, of course. That's why they're playing today. And Markanich. He missed. Markanich missed. Andrew Thomas makes a save on Markanich. Ooh, Seattle, if they score, they're through. Andrew Thomas with a bum hand goes and makes the save. If Seattle scores, they win. Well, let's see if they do anything with it. I don't know if he was off his line, so we got to see. A miss means we go another round. A save means we go another round. A score means we... And Obed Vargas missed his penalty. He missed. We keep going. Obed Vargas missed. 5-5. We go another round. Goal kick for Schulte. Obed Vargas missed. We keep going. Hit the post. Could have won it. He did not. But I guess it's better to miss it when you have some life and a chance to miss it and not lose than miss it and lose. So they still go 5-5. And Dotson will miss his penalty. It's still 5-5. We're back where we were a couple of minutes ago. Thomas makes a save. Still 5-5. Oh, no. Playing forward is Columbus. Rossi. Another save from Thomas on Hassani Dotson. Wow. No way. I predicted Seattle went through. They haven't yet. They haven't yet, or at least through Fop Mob. I ain't seen it. 5-5. Can they score to win? Thomas makes another save. Seattle for the win. Cross in. Shot! Oh, what a save by Schulte off of Vander. Whoa. I'm surprised he didn't score that. Seattle scores, they win. Hassani Dotson missed his penalty. And Oseis Di Rosario missed his penalty. Missed. Still 5-5. And that's a save for Dane St. Clair. Of course he does. Couldn't do that shit against Guatemala, couldn't you, though? Damn it. Seattle's going to regret missing these. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're back to where we were again. 5-5. And Bongi Longwan scores his penalty at 6-5. 6-5 Minnesota for Bongi Longwan. 6-5. D-Rose kid put his dad to shame with that penalty. Yeah, I'm disappointed, Oseis. I'm disappointed right now. Dwayne would have scored that. I'm disappointed, Oseis. I'm disappointed, son. Bongi Longwan scores. Seattle has to score to stay alive. They've missed their two last penalties. They got to score now to stay alive. 28th minute, 0-0, and they do. Alex Roldan scores. It's 6-6. Alex Roldan scores. 6-6. Minnesota's going to have to set up their keeper soon. Knowing they only have 10 men. This is the 9 penalty. No, that would be the next penalty. They'll have to send up Dane St. Clair, and he scores. Dane St. Clair scores his penalty. It's 7-6. Evander blocked. I don't blame him. He scored. I understand it. 7-6. He had to step up because there are 10 men. He had to step up. So he's either facing Thomas or he's facing the last Seattle outfield player. Depends on what they choose. Andrew Thomas will step up himself, and he missed it. Minnesota will advance. Minnesota advances. Andrew Thomas ends it, losing 7-6, and Minnesota will survive. They won Game 3 on penalties. They won Game 1 on penalties, and they move on 2-1. My first wrong prediction of the playoffs. Yeah, whoever comes out of the Vancouver LAFC games winning the MLS Cup, or at least winning the West. 2-1 series win for Minnesota. Minnesota United will advance. Hopefully, Portland or San Diego could beat them. Hopefully. Well, that doesn't make the conference final wrong, but it certainly makes this one wrong. Okay. So, yeah, now my bracket is busted when it comes to the bracket challenge. But honestly, the first place prize ain't even good. Let's be real. $2,500 or whatever? Yeah, no, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. Yep. Wrong. My first wrong prediction. Seattle does get eliminated. So, there you go. I won't write down who's the home side until we know the final. Here comes Cincinnati. Shot over the bar by Evander. Hopefully this game ain't close. And Minnesota's advanced to the next round of the playoffs. Yep, that's 20 minutes actually. Red Bulls, Colorado will keep an eye on it. Hurricanes let an offensive tackle player score a touchdown. Well, good for them. 33rd minute. Good tackle by Columbus. And that's what happens when you choke when you're up a man. Third minute. Well, I picked the Red Bulls too, so you're welcome. Drop ball here for Columbus. Very tight game so far, and if you look at the possession, Columbus has more. They're pushing for this. They believe they can win this. Whoever said don't ride off the Williford Nancy team, well, you know what? You called it. Because he shouldn't be. Because an offensive tackle or defensive tackle should not be running that many yards. It's crazy when they do because it seems like an awesome feat that he could carry that much size and run to the end zone or run within like 20 yards of it. It's a good feat. Nobody's laughing to make fun of them. I think it's laughing because you don't see it every day. And that's because they specialize as offensive tackles. They specialize on keeping the line, or defensive tackles. They specialize on getting through the quarterback or keeping somebody getting to the quarterback. They run in short spurts. So the fact that they can run 40, 50, 60 yards with the ball in their hands and keep it safe and not fumble is a good thing, because they specialize for one thing. And it's like if it's like if a punter throws a fake punt for 20, 30 yards and gets the first down, or throws for a touchdown. It's especially if it's a good throw, you know. It's like that. Like, I don't think it's because they're fat. I don't think it's because they're big guys. I think that's part of it, sort of, but not to make fun of them for their size, because you know offensive tackles are big people. They put on a lot of muscle, and it's not just fat, it's also muscle. Now, I mean, you have seen players who were offensive linemen or defensive linemen lose a lot of weight after they retire because they don't need to carry it. Normally, that is more of the fat than the muscle, but either way, I don't think it's to make fun of them. I think it's to be like, hey, they finally get their day in the sun, and that was pretty awesome. You know, do that what you will. But that's just the way I see it. I think it's more of a, hey, that was awesome type thing than anything else. The World Heavyweight Championship. The WCW World Heavyweight Championship. The big gold belt, because that thing's just beautiful. That big gold belt looks good on everybody. It can make a jackass look good. It also made Jack Swagger look good. Yeah, no, like anytime somebody holds the big gold belt, like the actual WCW 2000 to 2013 WWE big gold belt, it makes everybody look better. It does. I don't care which version it is. Now, there are versions I like more than others, like the WCW Crumb Rind World Heavyweight Championship, or the 2011 World Heavyweight Championship that Christian and Randy Orton held with the 2D more gold backing where you could actually read it easier. But anybody who wore the big gold belt before it got remade into this bastardized version that they're using now, I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's not the same. You know, it's not the same. Like, yeah, the new big gold belt's okay, but it's not the same because I had to shoehorn the WWE logo in there. Like, I'm glad they honored it, the old big gold, but cross in. And honestly, I think the new big gold belt looks better on a white strap. So I honestly think the woman's version of the world title currently looks better. I think the current World Heavyweight Championship big gold looks better on the white strap. The Loons, what character? Hey, sometimes experience don't win you games. And maybe I shouldn't have said, hey, look at Seattle's experience back in the 20th minute before the free kick, or when they scored their second goal. I said, hey, look at their experience. That's why you win games. And then I jinxed the Sounders. Not that I meant to, but I may actually be a jinx. I wasn't even supporting the Sounders. I just picked them to win the tie, and then I said, hey, look at their experience. And then jinx. Boom. They allow 3 unanswered, then lose on penalties. Because I guess the white strap is clean. I mean, just white pops. Like the white strap pops if it's like brand new. Jason Russell Rowe about to come on for Columbus. Like that white strap just pops. Especially with like the IC title. You know? Tahaha Brune coming off. But so maybe I jinxed the Sounders. I don't know. Maybe I did. Pacharo's going to love that. So you are a jinx. What's the worst looking championship of all time? Adult Wrestling Championship or trophy? Or both? Well, I picked Cincinnati to win the tie. I'm just wearing the NXT shirt because, you know, at least it's not too gaudy for a black and gold shirt compared to... I love John Cena and I love the shirts that he wears, but I know they're gaudy. I know they are. Some of them. Wrestling Championship. Worst looking wrestling championship. Ooh. I actually liked the Divas Championship belt. I'm going to say that first. It's not the Divas Championship. I love the Divas title belt. I thought that was cool. I'm not saying they should bring it back, but I thought the Divas title belt was pretty cool. The Hardcore Championship is supposed to look horrible, so I'm also going to go there with that. Worst championship. Oof. Worst title belt. You know what? I'm going to go there. I never liked the Jeff Hardy TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I never liked it. And I like Jeff Hardy, but I never liked the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, the special one made for Jeff Hardy. I never liked it. I also never liked the first TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. Those both were ugly in my book. I really, I wish, now that they've gone back to the initialism TNA for their company, I wish they went back to the 2013, like the AJ Styles, Final Run, Bully Ray, Bobby Roode era World Heavyweight Championship. I love that belt. In WWE, so WWE-wise, worst title belt. Okay. I never liked the World Tag Team titles. Like, I loved the blue WWE Tag Team titles from, like, early 2000s SmackDown. I hated the World Tag Team titles. No, I didn't like them. Now, I think the red strap silver title belts and the blue strap silver tag title belts were better than the copper black strap tag title belts. I honestly don't like the current World Tag Team titles either. I honestly don't. Those suck too. I love the new WWE Tag Team Championships, though. I love the SmackDown tag titles because they look just like the old 2002 tag team titles without the blue. But I love the fact they brought those back, sort of, without the blue. I love the shape of the front plate. Those are just iconic. I hate the current World Tag titles, too. Those suck, too. They might be worse than the old World Tag titles. Maybe they should have just brought back the old ones in that case, too. These, Circle World Tag titles, no. They suck. They suck. They're horrible. Also, WWE 24/7 Championship. That was bad too. Yeah, that was ugly. Puke green strap. Not really much paint. Yeah, no, that was ugly. 43rd minute. That just shows you how much thought that went into that trophy or that tournament, or that title belt. It's like, oh, we need a 24/7 title. Puke green strap. There you go. Light heavyweight championship. Never really was a fan of that. The look of it. The original Universal title, I liked it. I liked it. I liked the blue one more, but I liked the red Universal title. I liked it. Red's my favorite color, though, so. I thought those straps popped. Now, of course, people wanted to see the winged eagle version of the Universal title or something, and people were very disappointed when they didn't get that. Me, I kind of knew what the hell they were going to do. Like, I was like, yeah, they're probably just going to reskin the WWE title. I kind of saw that coming. Realistically, what'd you think they were going to do? So I never got my hopes up. I think part of it was people got their hopes up for a winged eagle style Universal title. And somebody leaked some that people thought was real. And then people got their hopes up and booed the damn thing. I never did. So I actually, for a while, thought the Universal title looked cooler than the WWE World Heavyweight title for a good couple of years. Now, when it comes to the booking of those titles, no. But the WWE title had the better booking at that time. But it did. But the look of them, though, 1 minute of stoppage time, 0-0. Booker T should have won at WrestleMania 19. Booker T should have beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. I think we all know the worst booking decision. Booker T should have won at WrestleMania over Triple H. I thought we were all in agreement on that. Booker T should have beat Triple H. Seconds to go in the first half. The Brawl for All was also a disaster. 45-50. Playing forward. Very tight game so far, and frankly, Columbus looks like the better team possession-wise. And that's halftime. It's 0-0 at the half. 0-0 miro tiempo. Tight game. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We will be back. 45 more minutes here, and then we'll move on to the Miami game. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half. Leafs, Bruins, Habs, Mammoth tonight in the NHL. Okay. Stats at the half. 39% possession to 61% possession. 7 shots to 8. We have 1 shot on goal to 3. We have 130 accurate passes, 8%, 216, 85%, 3 fouls to 7, 2 corners to 5. We have 7 shots to 8, 4 shots off goal to 3, 1 shot on target to 3. We have 163 passes to 254. We have 80% pass accuracy to 85. 5 throws to 11. 0 offside to 1. 1 yellow card to 2. 0 red cards to 0. We have 5 tackles to 7. 3 blocks to 2. 2 saves to 2. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 meet at tiempo. I think Columbus might be the better team. I think they're slightly the better team here. I think they've had better chances or more possessions, some better chances, and they are pushing. I think when it comes down to it, I think Columbus, as people said, you can't write off a Williford Nancy team. You can't. It's impossible to do because they're going to fight and they're going to scratch and claw and fight and all of that. So is it surprising? No, not at all that this is where we are. And Red Bulls Colorado's begun. 0-0, 2 minutes in. Michael Bradley, the coach for Red Bulls. 2. "12 wins, 6 losses as a coach." He could win his first coach trophy as a coach here if he wins tonight, Michael Bradley, the Toronto FC legend. Whether you want to call him that or not. Either way, as a player, yes. The fact he let his father try to destroy the team pretty much and brought him in there to do it, whether he meant to or not, that's a little bit of a blight. Either way. I can see Columbus stealing a goal. Yep. They would have to win 1-0 if they do that. But, they're showing Red Bull Colorado on the double screen. MLS Next Pro Final on the same day as the first round MLS playoff match. Respect. Good to see purple and pink there. Kevin Sullivan was the man of the match for the USA versus Tajikistan at the World Cup U17. Scored a PK goal, 1 assist, 2-0 in the group stage for the USA. Birchamus with a goal as well for the USA at the World Cup U17s. And Canada drew France today, by the way. That's awesome. I did not expect that at all. 0-0 draw for Canada against France, which is awesome. I didn't think that game was winnable, but I guess it could have been. Could have been. Oh, there we go. Canada, 0-0. Chile. Well, no, I said France is probably more winnable than Chile, but you know what? Good job for Canada getting that draw. They got their first World Cup win. Canada got their first U17 World Cup win on the men's side, and they also got a draw. Shola Jimo played for Canada in this game, or against France. How we doing, Sean? How we doing? Canada's next match is Chile on November 11th. So 3 days from now. to finish the group stage. Devils won a shootout against the Penguins. 7 straight home wins. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So was there a 32-team knockout stage? It is 46 minutes of Cincinnati Columbus, 0-0, 0-0. So what, is there a 32-team knockout stage, the U17 World Cup? Didn't think it was that way last time. Either this is new or I'm under a damn rock. Canada is top 2 in their group, though. Canada is top 2. Yeah, as long as they get a point off of Chile. Hell, 4 points might get them through. It's 8 teams outside of the top 24. I mean, they should. I mean, with 4 points, they should be able to be top 8, third-place teams. But if they get another point and they get a point off Chile, they will advance. I think they just expanded like the Men's World Cup. Okay. Thanks for the info. Makes sense. Playing forward. That makes sense. Shot blocked away. But it's kind of like playing forward. But I think Canada should make it with 4 points. I think it's too much for a youth tournament. But wouldn't it make sense? I've always been a proponent of the sport that you play, if you're playing at a lower level, should have the same rules as the major league. So, neutral. I mean, I picked Columbus or Cincinnati to win the tie, but I'm neutral here. I'm just watching the game because I have to cover the playoffs. And besides, I think I need to catch up a little bit on these playoff coverage considering the World Series happened. Heartbreakingly. I'm glad they do. Correlation is not causation. But that's just the point. Correlation is not causation. Are you going to stream Leafs games? January, I'm sure I will. In January, when there's no football really to be had, I'll do the World Juniors final if Canada makes that as well, which is a hockey tournament as well. Holiday tradition. How are we doing? I will do some Leafs games in the playoffs as well. Of course, I'll do their playoff games. If they make it, which it looks like November Leafs have taken over, which CONCACAF teams do you think win the group? And who makes second place for the playoff? I think Jamaica. I think Suriname's going to hold on for dear life. And I think Honduras. I think playoff teams will be, I think the playoff teams will be Panama and Costa Rica. That's my opinion there. That's my opinion there. Do you see how good Garnacho was today? No. I just know Chelsea won. That's all I know. Denke on the ball. Has it and cleared. Very tight game so far here. Blocked out for a corner for Cincinnati. What about Jamaica's group? I said Jamaica would win the group. Did you not listen to me? Do your ears work? Shot. Here's a chance. Good steal and cleared by Columbus. Do your ears not work? Nothing works with Bachara. Good point. Good point. Who makes second in Jamaica's group for the playoffs? I said Curacao. But here's the thing. I said that there's only 2 playoff spots out of the 3. The worst second place team is getting eliminated. So Curacao finished second, but I still think Costa Rica and Panama will make the playoff. Curacao will be the worst second place team. Only 2 of the second place teams go to the playoff out of the 3. Are you living under a rock? 54th minute. It depends on who their group is. I can't speak till I know their group. Like, well, I mean, there are these teams that have a chance to beat, but are they going to get those teams? Besides, we don't know who the playoff winners will be from either Europe or the Intercontinental playoffs, so you can't really speak on that either. But we got to see what their group is. A lot of these questions are easier to be answered once the group draw is made. Wait till December 6th to ask me those questions. Take that up with Montagliani, not me. I didn't make the frickin' format. I just cover it. Don't take it up with me. Well, good for Jake Allen. Good for him. He's a former Blues fan. Or not a former Blues fan. He's a former Blues player, and I'm a Blues fan second. I guess Rory feels the same way, considering he played for the Habs as well, Jake Allen. But this year, the 2 wild card matches, 2 matches on the first round, game 1 Sunday. This season, I've only watched, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or tomorrow would be 11. In my life, too many to count. Too many to count. I normally watch every game. This year was different because of the World Series, of course. I still know the storylines, though, so when I talk about the round, it'll be fine. Live, though, only tomorrow will be 11 because of the World Series. But I've kept an eye on everything. Don't worry. That would be 9 first-round matches after tomorrow with 2 wild cards. Thanks to the World Series, which I do not regret that at all, even though it went horribly for me. 56th minute. I normally watch every one, though. Here's the thing, though. I normally watch every one, whether it's live or not. Well, no, I did watch a couple before the World Series game started, but like on stream, though, it will be 11 by tomorrow. I'd say, 12 or 13 without streaming them, just in general, but I normally watch them all. But again, the World Series, my team actually being in it and looking like they could actually win changed everything. And I don't regret it at all. By the way, unexpectedly, speaking of not regretting it, my most viewed video is Game 7, the review for Game 7. Mostly Dodger fans, it seems, if you look at the comments, but that is my most viewed video, review-wise. There might be some streams that have more views, I don't know, but like review-wise, which doesn't get as many views as the streams. So it was worth it, is my point. Even if the Jays lost, it was worth it. 1-0 Utah. Okay. That stream was peak. Well, the review was even more so. But either way. So, no, I don't regret it one bit. But I normally watch every MLS playoff match every year. Now, if the Jays make it back to the World Series, the first round is going to be more like this. That was only 6 days ago? Holy shit. Holy shit, that was only 6 days ago? Well, yeah, 2 minus 8 is 6, yeah. Damn. Everything's been a whirlwind recently, one. Second of all, I want to forget about it. Third of all, I won't be able to. Third of all, it feels like longer, but yeah, the only reason, again, normally I do, if the Jays make the World Series again next year, I won't because I'm doing this again. If the Jays make it back to the World Series, I am covering every Jays World Series game, and then we'll deal with MLS playoffs when we get there, just like this. Because then there's a storyline of redemption, and, well, the Jays are still my team. But other than that, and I think this has been probably the most populated MLS schedule when it comes to during the World Series as well. Playing forward, saved. So, but again, normally it's every game. But if the Jays make it back, 11 games during the first round plus the wild card, and then we'll streaming wise, and then like 13 anyway, games anyway, and then everything else normally. But it feels weird that I focused on the World Series. Well, not weird, but it's not really my normal thing, but it was history. And then next year's, if we make it back, is the story of redemption. So instead of history, well, it's still history because it's 33 years since our last World Series, but we got there. Now we got to redeem ourselves. So I think we will. I expect, honestly, I expect me to be covering a lot of baseball again next fall, just like I did this fall. Because I'm going to do it the same way. If the Jays make it back to the playoffs, which they will, I'm going to cover them till they're out. And if they make the World Series, I'm going to cover it till it's over. Win or lose. So, I expect that. No, I'm going to be real. I expect it. I expect next year to be like this year, where I'm watching every Jays playoff game, more or less, on stream, except for that one time it was Game 2 of the ALCS. I didn't do that, but I guess that was a good one to miss. But either way, we'll be back, I'm sure. Habs going to the power play. Thank you. Gracias. I'm gonna say it. Honestly, I think MLS is better than the French league. I'm gonna be real. The 6th most elite league. I really think the MLS is better than a lot of European leagues, and I really think the MLS is better than the French league. I think the French league, even though PSG finally won a Champions League and got to the final of the Club World Cup, that's PSG. I don't think France deserves to be in the top 5. I don't. I think they're only there on name recognition. MLS is better than the French league. I'm going to say it. It's true. I'm going to say it. It's true. It may not be. Well, I mean, it's still better. Nah, I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, no, I'm not saying the Scottish League is shit, but I still think MLS is better than that. MLS is in there. I don't care. Top 5, top 6, I think MLS is there. I really do. I'm going to stick with it. You want to disagree? Go ahead. I think they are. I think they're there. I think they're there. Certainly better than France. Miami in the final. Well, shit, they haven't won. Just imagine Miami won multiple MLS Cups or won the MLS Cup and they were defending it. Just imagine. Miami in the final against an upstart. Let's say, okay, I got it. Let's say Miami won. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Let's say Miami won MLS Cup and they played Vancouver in the final. A Vancouver that nobody expected to be there. And Columbus scores. Jason Russell-Rose scores the goal, and it's 1-0 Columbus. Cincinnati are playoff chokers. Dear God. Columbus are up 1-0, and frankly, they deserve it the way they've been playing this game. Jason Russell-Rose scores. 0-1, settle uno, Jason Russell-Rose. But you know what? Even though Miami doesn't have the cups, well, it still works. Miami versus Vancouver in the MLS Cup final. Miami, who should be there, who should win, playing against a team who nobody expected to be where they are right now. And I'm not saying Vancouver was the worst team in the league last year, but nobody expected Vancouver to be this good, be a top team in CONCACAF. Them making the final. And also, what a cross and what a goal. Cross and then the goal. What a finish. Herrera to Jason Russell-Rose. What a finish. And it's 0-1. So, yeah, no, Miami versus Vancouver. MLS Cup final. I think that's a good one. Score on the Rapids 2 game. Oh, thank you for reminding me. That is 0-0, 23 minutes. MLS. Referee checking. Yes. Yes, it is. Fair enough, but was Herrera? It looks like Jason Russell-Rose might have been offside. Not when the ball was played, though, the second time. First time, I don't think so either. And it's a goal. It is a goal. 0-1, settle uno. I think it'll get there. Don't play into Don Garber's bullshit, okay? Don't do it. No. There are players who are getting sold to Europe. If they fail there, they weren't good enough. But that wasn't his argument. There are players in the summer that go to Europe. They sell a lot of players to Europe in the summer through MLS. So if you're saying, we don't sell enough players to Europe because of our schedule, that's bullshit. That's a lie. Everything Don Garber says to try to push this fall-spring schedule thing is total bullshit. I'd have more respect for him if he said, yeah, Miami wants it to be fall-spring, August to May. Jorge Mas wants it to be fall-spring, August to May. I'd have more respect for him if he said that. That schedule does not work in this country. And every reason he comes up with, we don't sell enough players. We should be online with Europe. No. Admit the truth that Jorge Mas hand is so far up your ass, we can see his fingers through your mouth. Admit it. But I don't think it is the schedule, but okay. I stand by it. I stand by MLS better than Liga. And well, Miami got to the knockout stage, then lost to PSG. But PSG, equalizer! An equalizer from Cincinnati. Brenner scores, pops it in. What a play, and we're tied 1-1. Uno. Heads up play by Brenner, and it's a tie game. Well, I mean, they made it. Leagues Cup winner out already. Whoa. Good step up, good corner. It falls to Brenner. Good shot. Derby day. Yeah, I agree with that. That was so off. 1-1. Miami as Messi is not human. I mean, I thought Seattle played well at the Club World Cup. They just got a group of death, but I thought they fought their asses off playing against Botafogo. Should have beat Botafogo, in my opinion. Atletico and PSG, I thought they played well. It's just they got teams that, besides Botafogo, it was going to be hard to beat for them. But I thought they played well, Seattle. And, well, the less said about LAFC, the better. So, I mean, LAFC did badly at the Club World Cup. They did worse than I expected. PSG should have beaten Botafogo too. I mean, on paper, but I'm looking at the performance. Seattle's performance against Botafogo was amazing. I thought they were close. I thought they should have gotten some out of that game. If not a win, at least a point. But either way, 69th minute. Patrick Schulte. th minute. 1-1 here. Let's see when the Miami game kicks off. I will try to pull this to 7 o'clock. At least to the end of regular time, if it's still tied. 7 p.m. kickoff. Bullshit, it takes about 10 minutes. Either way. The Brazilian league is really underrated. I agree. I would agree with that as well. 0-0, 28 minutes between Red Bulls and Colorado. Prediction on Miami game. I think Miami wins 2-1. 2-1 for Miami. Hilarious. Love to see it. Love to see it. Ball crossed in. If there's, first of all, I think The Rock completely ruined John Cena's farewell tour. Another man who ruined it was Cody Rhodes. John Cena deserves better. How many does Messi score? I say he scores 1. Messi scores 1. I don't think so, but it'll be hilarious if they do, and I will read the riot act. Now, will I rant? No, because I can't really. Like gruff principal type of rant? Yes. Scream out my head type of rant? No. But I will read Miami the riot act. I will give them the reason you suck speech if they blow this. So, yeah, if Miami loses this, I will read them the riot act. I will read them the riot act. I will give them the reason you suck speech. It'll be more of a gruff principal tone than screaming off my head. But was it like that last year when they screwed it? I don't think it was. I don't think it was, and I don't have to really put rant to it because it's a damn Miami video. Either way, well deserved too. If they lose, you heard Cristiano interview. I heard some of the whatever they're called, sound bites. Yeah, heard some of those. I really don't want to watch the full interview. I really can't stand Piers Morgan. Playing forward is Columbus. Here's a chance, and what a block. What a block for Cincinnati. 72 minutes. I can't really stand Piers Morgan, so, you know. Yeah, I heard it. I heard some snippets, some sound bites, but I guess Mareshka doesn't like the young talent. Does any coach really back their young talents, especially at a level of the top 6? See, here's the problem with that. You mean a John Cena character, except unlike Cody, it's not fake. Like, if they told me, hey, act like John Cena, more or less, I could do it. Because I grew up a similar way. I believe in hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. Trying to be the next John Cena, I could actually pull that shit off because I actually believe in what he says. I actually believe in him. Cody Rhodes is acting like a face of the company John Cena type when he really ain't a good guy. He's a damn snake. There's a difference. There's a difference. When you say Cody Rhodes-like character, you mean John Cena-like character, except the difference is I could do it because I'm not a snake. I could do it because I stand for what John stands for. I grew up in a similar way. I grew up a fan of him. I grew up looking up to him. When Cody does it, he does it to try to catch the same energy and do it like a snake. He doesn't do it for the real truth of it. Me, on the other hand, I do it because that's what I believe in. I would do all those make-a-wishes. I would be charitable. I am charitable. I care. I have a big heart. Never give up. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Like, it ain't hard for me. It ain't a gimmick. It ain't an effing gimmick to me. It ain't. To him, it is. Besides, I wouldn't get a shitty tattoo on my neck either, because that's just bad. Either way, no. No. No, the thing for me is Cody Rhodes is completely... He's acting like John because he thinks that's cool or it'll make him popular. No. And besides, you're not a good actor. You don't know how to... You can't really cut a promo. John has you beat at so many things. Jabari coming on for Denke. And you want to act like him. Why? Because he was popular? Like, Cody Rhodes is so freaking fake. It's not even funny. Dude is so fake, it's not even funny. 75th minute. And you wonder why I'm a Sami Zayn fan. Header. 76th minute. Red Bulls 2 goalie got chipped. It's not... Is it 1-0? I don't see the goal yet on frickin' Font Mob. If you got chipped, that means there should be a goal. Either way. Nope. I don't know. 76th minute. 1-1. Uno. Oh, there is a goal. Dillon scores for Colorado Rapids. 1-0. There it is. It took a while for it to pop up. Font Mob is slow. 77th minute. '78th minute. Only use Font Mob for match ratings. It gives inaccurate information about goals and stats. As far as I know. Oh, blocked. 78th minute. Habs tied it up. Use ESPN for the analytics. I don't really want to give ESPN any clicks right now, but Rapids 2 score. It's 1-0. Unless they did again. They're leading 1-0. Unless they scored again. Mamadou Diop scored. Playing forward. Brenner drops it back. Cincinnati wide. 79 minutes. I'll at least get to the 90th minute, and we'll see. '79 minutes. Rapids scored again. They scored 1-0. Font Mob is just behind like hell. MLS season pass, as every playoff game does. Rapids 2. It's the MLS Next Pro. '80th minute. '39th minute. 1-0. '81st minute. 1-1. Blocked away. Evander drops it for Bucha, but cleared away. Tight game here. Playing forward. Save. Nope. Just. $82 minutes. Free kick for Cincinnati. Shot! Past the post. 83rd minute. Herrera off for Lapalainen for Columbus. Also, as well, we will. Tomorrow, we just got the MLS match. As I said, if ESPN doesn't pop back up on YouTube TV, the Brazilian Grand Prix was out for me. Playing forward. Cincinnati playing forward. Oriano with a cross. Oh, out for a corner. That was the moment. Could be seeing another penalty shootout. Now, of course, we will have to move on soon to the Miami game. But cross in. Header. Saved by Schulte, 85th minute. Almost halftime. Playing forward. Drop down. Picked up. Brenner. Shot. Goal! Brenner scores for Cincinnati. 2-1. And that might have been the dagger. Brenner. What a hold up of a shot. Held up and played to him. And he scores. That probably will do it. Wow. Columbus just, they got the opening goal, but Cincinnati answers back twice. And the favorites look to push through. He'll get a yellow card for taking off his jersey, of course. What a goal from Brenner. Cincinnati keeps it up. 2-1, 2-1. Esta noche drops back, turns and takes the shot. In traffic as well. Like he just had to hope and pray. And perfect timing. Beats Schulte to the far post. And that player almost dropped into it as well. And that's 2. Rapids score 2. Rapids 2 score 2. 45 minutes. And Brenner scores and gets a yellow card for his troubles because he ripped off his shirt. Understandably so, but you know, what can you do? 87th minute. And he's coming off as a sub. Oh, no, it's 1-0 for Colorado Rapids. My bad. That's what you were asking. It's 1-0. Office Powell coming on as well. Keep this one going. There's like less than 5 minutes of stoppage time. I'll just do the rest of this game and then make up the next one. No, they actually did score. It is 2-0. Okay, it is 2-0 for Rapids 2. Pop Mob's really slow on this damn thing. They brought the Premier League trophy to Notre Dame. 1-1 after 1 for the Habs. Columbus. Header. Now don't choke now, Cincinnati. Don't choke now. Demidov assisted Kapanen. Capri. No, it's Kapanen. My bad. Shot save. Save for Celentano. 89th minute. Player down. Foul by Rossi. There'll be a free kick. 30 seconds to go before stoppage time. Shaberko, Gazdag, and Aliu coming on for Columbus. Trying to tie the game up. The fact that Daniel Gazdag's on the bench, I mean, dude, that's just crazy. 90th minute. '90th minute, how much stoppage time? It is 5 minutes. 9 minutes? 9 minutes? No, I gotta jump off. Okay, so we have a 2-1 lead for Cincinnati. We will keep an eye on it. But we have to move on to the Miami game. 9 minutes is way too much for me not to get this going by the time the first kick is made for the Miami game. So we got to go. 2-1 Cincinnati with 9 minutes of stoppage time left. And we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. But I know I have like 10 minutes to mess with to make the stream. So on the Rumble side of things. So we will do that. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share this with the family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within a couple of minutes for the Miami-Nashville Game 3 stream, and we'll review that game once it's over. Sit tight, be back. Cincinnati leads, and we'll talk about if they pulled it off by the time I pop on again. We'll be back. Sit tight. Peace.